How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. If you want the spookiest clips of the week, then you've found the right place. Hit that subscribe button and get ready for more seriously creepy content. Just like this. Our first clip of the day was uploaded to the Instagram account Unanswered Universe. It's some security footage taken from some kind of factory in an unknown location. Take a look at what happens. Out of nowhere, the woman's head slams down onto the table. It looks like it's forced down by some kind of unseen presence. The woman is clearly startled as she runs to be comforted by a nearby employee. Some commenters said that the woman might have fallen asleep, but others think it looks far too forceful. Unfortunately, this is one of those clips with almost no info attached to it, so we can't dig any deeper. So I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers. What do you think's going on here? Share your theories in the comments down below. What could be scarier than hearing a mysterious disembodied voice in the middle of the night? When Debbie from Oregon's friend heard a little girl calling for their family's cat, she was likely confused because she knew that the voice didn't belong to her own child. In this creepy footage captured on a security camera positioned just outside their door, we might catch a glimpse of who the voice actually belonged to. Take a look. In the clip, we see the homeowner's niece as well as the family cat staring at the space below the stairs. If you look closely, you'll notice something moving. At first, it's hard to tell just what it is. However, if you zoom in, you can see that there is actually a hand reaching out from under the stairs. It looks pale and ghostly and even seems to dissipate almost like mist. In this next clip, we see the homeowner's niece once again. This time, she begins to move the door. She then looks as though she spots something inside of the space and begins to wave at it. So what could be going on here? Is there actually someone or something living under the stairs? Or does the hand belong to some sort of paranormal entity? Whatever it is, it doesn't seem to be threatening. However, it's hard to deny that it's certainly creepy. For some time now, one of our viewers, Bobby, has suspected that his house might be haunted. In fact, the activity's gotten so frequent that Bobby started a YouTube channel called World Paranormal to document the bizarre happenings they encountered. We've featured some of Bobby's footage before. Take a look. It looks like the antique clown doll moves all by itself. Well, now, yet more disturbing footage has been captured inside of Bobby's home. It's after 11 PM when this uploader thinks he sees something move out the corner of his eye. That's when he took out his camera to try and catch some evidence. Watch.
Yo, I told you I saw that. I told you it was moving.
You can clearly see the doll's arm move.
Yo, I told you I saw that. I told you it was moving.
Throughout history, there have been numerous cases surrounding haunted and cursed dolls. One of the most notorious is Annabelle the doll. This case was made famous when it was fictionalized in the Conjuring spin-off film Annabelle. The scary thing is, it's based on a very real incident. The doll that would become to be known as Annabelle was originally a Raggedy Ann doll given to a young girl named Donna in 1970. Donna and her friend Angie used to play with the doll and would often find it in different places around their room. One day they found the doll chained to a bedpost with a note that said, "Help me." It was written in a red substance. The girls took the note to their mother, who contacted a medium who told them that the doll was possessed by the spirit of a little girl named Annabelle Higgins. The Higgins family had allegedly lived in the house before the current occupants, and Annabelle had died in a tragic accident. The girl's story caught the attention of famed paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. They decided to take the case and see if they could find out more about this supposedly cursed doll. After conducting their own investigation, they concluded that the doll was indeed possessed by a demonic entity. They took her back to their home and placed her in a glass case with a warning sign that read, "Do not touch." So is it possible that spirits can attach themselves to inanimate objects like dolls and toys? If Bobby's footage is to be believed, then we could indeed be witnessing a real haunted doll.
Yo, I told you I saw that. I told you it was moving.
This weird piece of footage went viral on Twitter in late July 2022, when user Noah3020 uploaded some footage that they captured at a Lady Gaga concert. It left conspiracy theorists gagging as they suggest something bizarre is afoot. Take a look. Watching that again in slow motion, a book that's been thrown on stage appears to stop in mid-air, then fall to the ground. The strange footage sparked a number of wild and wonderful theories on Twitter. Some said it was a glitch in the Matrix and that the book encountered an error and fell to the ground. The more popular yet strange assumption is that Lady Gaga is protected by an invisible force field, suggesting she's some kind of futuristic being. There were some more level-headed theories, however, saying that a lot of big concerts often have a very fine mesh-like barrier in place for the artist's protection. But many fans have noted that Lady Gaga often interacts with things that have been thrown on stage, as you can see here. It's clear random objects can make it on stage without being stopped by mesh or a glass barrier. So what's going on here then? Does Lady Gaga really have a force field protecting her? Let me know where you stand on this in the comments down below. This next entry was submitted by a user named BRRTMN on a website called Item Fix, and starts off fairly normal, showing a man grabbing a bunch of food for something that he's just seconds away from feeding. Take a look at what happens next. A freaky amount of eels begin feasting on the miscellaneous brown block of food. A few moments later, the man drops off even more food into the water hole, which just causes the eels to go even more haywire. Just imagine what would happen if you accidentally fell into that weird watery hole. It's the stuff of nightmares. So next time you're near some water, do yourself a favour and be extra careful, because you never know. You may be a delicious meal for an army of eels. There's no single answer as to whether or not alien abductions are real, as there's much evidence to support both sides of the argument. Some people believe that alien abductions are simply hallucinations caused by mental illness, while others believe that they're real events in which aliens take away people for mysterious and unknown reasons. This next clip has set the internet alight with speculation as to whether or not a real alien abduction has been caught on camera. The original source of this footage remains elusive, but this version was shared to TikTok by a user named DarkTales0. It's late at night and this home security camera shows two people sitting in their backyard enjoying a drink. They appear to be chatting away, when suddenly something off camera catches their attention. Watching that again slowed down, the lady on the right appears to disappear. A strange flash or trail of light flickers in the air. The man falls off his chair. He looks around confused, dazed by what's just happened. So is this a real alien abduction caught on camera? The video has caused quite a stir online, with many people speculating it could be evidence of extraterrestrial life. One of the first ever recorded accounts of an alien abduction comes from a couple named Betty and Barney Hill. In September 1961, the couple were driving home from a vacation in Canada when they saw a bright light in the sky. They believed that it was a UFO and that they were being abducted by aliens. According to reports, they woke up hours later with no memory of what had happened to them. They also began experiencing nightmares and flashbacks of the event. A psychiatrist helped them recall the event through hypnosis. At first, the psychiatrist was quite skeptical of their story, but eventually started to believe that they were telling the truth about what occurred during their abduction period. Many abductees report being paralyzed or unconscious during the experience. They often describe being examined by aliens, sometimes having strange procedures done to them. These procedures are often bizarre, including placing implants inside their bodies. Some abductees report being forced to have sex with aliens against their will. Several alleged abductees have even reported that they've had children with aliens. So then, are we witnessing a genuine alien abduction in this backyard footage? Unless the man in the footage comes forward with a public statement, this clip will have to remain a complete mystery. When the investigator from the YouTube channel Paranoiacs decided to explore an allegedly haunted cemetery, it seems that he got more than he bargained for. The video begins late at night.
Ve 2127 kişi şu arada.
The light of the camera is the only thing that illuminates the area. After searching the cemetery for several minutes, the investigator attempts to communicate with any paranormal entities that might be nearby.
Ve yorumlarda belirtiyor. Yorumların hepsini teker teker okuyorum. Deyip başlayalım.
Almost immediately, we can hear the words Ben Buradayım, which means I'm here in Turkish. Having allegedly made contact, the investigator then asks the voice if it's uncomfortable with his presence in the cemetery.
Burada olmamdan rahatsız mısınız?
The voice answers evet, which is yes in Turkish. Bravely, the investigator continues his exploration. Then, as he's panning the camera around the area, he seems to inadvertently capture something rather creepy. Take a look.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Duydunuz mu? Kütürt diye bir ses geldi.
While it's hard to see at first, if you look closely, you can see a strange shape protruding out from behind a tree. It doesn't look like much and could easily be explained away as a branch. However, when he performs a second sweep with the camera, the shape is now gone.
Bir ses geldi.
So is the investigator being followed? The answer might come later in the video when he spots movement in the darkness. A mysterious cloaked figure can be seen moving quickly among the trees. The investigator runs towards the figure, but when he reaches the area, it seems to have completely vanished.
Hello?
So who, or what, was this strange figure lurking in the cemetery this late at night? Was it a person performing some sort of sinister ritual, or could it have been something supernatural? Or, as some viewers suggested, it could be a ghostly resident keeping tabs on the intrusive investigator. Take another look at the footage and let me know what you think's going on here in the comments down below. This photo was sent to us by one of our viewers, Emily Rigby. Emily says she recently took a series of selfies with her sister at their house. However, in one of them, they noticed an eerie detail they can't quite explain. See if you can spot anything off. On the TV, which was off at the time, there appears to be a reflection of a face. Looks like an older woman staring into the room. Emily says that her nan had recently passed away and that it bears a striking resemblance to her. She also says that her sister and her nan had a particularly strong bond. So, could this reflection be their nan trying to make contact from the beyond? Take another look and decide for yourself. This wild sighting was posted to YouTube by Finding UFO. It was captured on live TV by Sky News as they had rolling coverage of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee back in June 2022. As a squadron of jets from the Royal Air Force make a pass over Buckingham Palace, something odd is inadvertently caught on camera. Take a look. An unidentified white orb-like object flies through the air just behind the jets. The object was even captured by one of the jet's onboard surveillance cameras. It's brief, but you can see the ball pass by the red smoke. To get a better look, here's the wide shot again, zoomed in and slowed down. The YouTube channel Finding UFO did some analysis of the footage and noticed another strange object passing by among the clouds. So what's going on here then? It's worth noting that the airspace was closed and closely monitored for the special event, so it's unlikely to be a drone. Plus, the speed at which the object flies is far greater than any drone commercially available. Even stranger, if we watch the footage again, during the shot of the royal family, you can see young Prince Louis point up into the air. Some viewers think it looks like he says, "Look, there's a ball." But others think he just says, "Look, there's smoke," perhaps referring to the colourful smoke coming out of the jets. Despite this puzzling footage going viral, there's been no official word from the British government or military on what this object could be. So for now, unless more info comes to hand, this will have to remain a genuine UFO sighting. This next weird piece of footage was uploaded to Twitter by Sitio Paranormal. Shows a young woman practicing a dance in front of the camera. It's all fairly normal, until this happens. Watching that again, slowed down, the cupboard door opens. Then a mysterious dark object flies out of it. If we zoom in, it's hard to tell what exactly it is, but it almost looks like a fish. Some replies to the clip suggested it could be a bird or even a rat escaping the closet, but how does a rat float through the air like this? Of course, there's also a high probability that it's all set up to garner some much sought after internet views. So where do you sit on this one? Prank or something more mysterious? And what even is that strange object? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This entry comes to us from a woman named Brandy Lynn, who has taken a photograph that has caused her and her family some distress and confusion. In this first photo, you can see Brandy's father. In the background, you can see a picture frame with a strange white face on it. Now here's where things start to get a little strange. The family insists that the face in the frame shouldn't be there. Here's a statement from Brandy explaining the situation. This photo was taken July 17th, 2014. The other day I was scrolling through my photos of my father, and being that he's passed away, I came across this one, and immediately, all of a sudden, all the hairs stood up on my body. We've had that mirror that's on the wall behind my father for many years, so when I seen that creepy black and white face, knowing that the mirror's only supposed to have a floral decoration around the edges, I was completely freaked out. For clarification, Brandy added 2 additional photos to prove that there is no face in the frame. Rather, it's just a mirror with a floral border. This one is taken at an angle, showing Brandy's father sitting on the couch. Here you can see that the frame is indeed a mirror with a floral decoration. Then this final image shows Brandy and a friend posing for the camera. Here you can see more clearly that the mirror has no white face in it. Brandy continues, saying, "I have absolutely no answer to what this is. My father passed away August 13th, 2017, and this photo was taken July 17th, 2014. And if you really look at the features of the face in the mirror and my dad's features, it almost looks like it could be a relative of my father's. But I've never met my grandfather, and I just discovered the face in the photo a couple of weeks ago when I was scrolling through the photos of my father. And being that he's already passed, I couldn't show it to him and ask him if it looks like a relative. So, how is it that the first photo shows a strange white face and the others don't?" To this day, Brandy has no concrete answer as to what this is, but she does have her theories, as she said. So what do you think this is? Do you really think it could be a distant relative making contact from beyond the grave? Or is there another way to explain it? Let me know your theories on this one down below. Old houses are often favourites of paranormal explorers. With their long histories, it's likely that they hold some sort of mystery. This video, which was posted to the YouTube channel Paranoiacs, is seriously unnerving, and it might make you question whether the investigator is brave or maybe a little crazy. The footage begins as the investigator approaches the rundown property at night. He performs a sweep at the front of the building, and it isn't long before he catches something chilling on camera. Take a look. At first, it might be hard to notice, but if you look closely, you can see that there appears to be a figure peering out of the upstairs window. However, this doesn't stop him from entering the building.
Birini mi kaçırdılar ya buraya? Hello?
Not long after stepping foot inside the building, a loud crash sends him running. This is when he spots the dark figure in the window for a second time.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello? Dur.
Despite this, the investigator decides to enter the house once more. As he continues his investigation, another loud sound can be heard. Then, as he turns back, he notices that two large pieces of wood have moved into the doorway. Still, he ventures up the stairs to the attic. Here he finds a door. However, when he opens it, you can see that it actually leads nowhere. It's as if it's been purposefully sealed. Suddenly, it begins to move. This seems to be about all the investigator can take, and he races down the stairs. At this point, it is a little hard to tell what's actually happening, but it seems as though the investigator is being chased from the property. Unfortunately, once he leaves the house, the footage abruptly ends and we're left wondering what actually happened. In August 2022, residents of Izmit, Turkey were stunned when they recorded what appeared to be a very unusual weather phenomenon. The clip was uploaded to Instagram by Hava Forum. Take a look. People have gathered to watch what appears to be a very localized patch of rain. The camera shows that the rest of the immediate area is bone dry, yet a small patch about 1 meter wide seems to be heavily raining. They point the camera upwards to the buildings overhead, and there doesn't appear to be anything leaking or causing the water to rain down, at least from the buildings, that is. In 2021, a similar incident was caught on camera. This was captured in West Java in Indonesia when local politician Urian Riana saw this bizarre downpour in a parking lot.
Kok bisa ya?
Some meteorologists have suggested these sightings might be examples of what's known as Virga rain. Virga rain is a type of precipitation that evaporates before it reaches the ground. It's often seen as streaks or wisps of rain falling from clouds but disappearing before it reaches the ground. Virga is most common in arid and semi-arid regions where there's little moisture for the rain to fall into. However, sometimes it can result in ultra-localized rain like we're seeing here. A very small patch of water may make it to the ground while the rest of the area remains bone dry. So have you ever heard of or seen ultra-localized rain? If you have, I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below. This next one comes from one of our viewers, Jack Bell. Bell wrote to us saying that he and a friend had recently captured some photos at an old pool hall in Stockport, Manchester, UK. The pair was standing at the front door at noon, waiting patiently for the hall to open up. Eventually, the manager unlocked the door and Bell and his friend went to the back of the building where there's a quiet section filled with snooker tables. Bell took a snap of his friend taking the first break of the day. He uploaded the snap to Facebook and thought nothing of it. However, a short while later, his mum commented on the photo, wondering who the ominous black figure in the background was. Confused, Bell took a look, and indeed, there's an unknown dark figure standing in the background. Bell and his friend were the only ones in the back room at the time, as the hall had only just opened for the day. Bell says there's only one door into this area and that they actually had to turn the lights on when they first arrived. They're certain that no one else was in the room at the time this photo was taken. Freaked out by the photo, the pair showed the manager the snap. The manager said that a lot of staff don't like opening or closing the building because they often feel like someone's watching them, or they catch a dark shadowy figure out the corner of their eyes. But when they look around, there's no one ever there. Some staff members have even reported hearing the toilet doors swinging and banging all on their own. Bell says the snooker hall opened back in 1984, but the building itself was an old mill dating back more than 100 years prior. There are few cities in the United Kingdom that can rival Manchester when it comes to stories of hauntings and paranormal activity. The city has a long, rich history dating back centuries, and it seems that many of the spirits who once inhabited its streets may still linger today. One of the most well-known haunted locations in Manchester is Central Library. The building is said to be home to a number of ghosts, including the spirit of a librarian who died in the 1930s. Visitors to the library have reported seeing her apparition wandering the stacks as well as feeling an icy presence. Another famous haunting surrounds the curious tale of the Manchester Mummy. Hannah Beswick was an affluent woman who, like many of her mid-18th century contemporaries, had a pathological fear of being buried alive. At the time, premature burial was rife as there were many medical uncertainties about the final signs of death. After her passing in 1758, Hannah Beswick's body was embalmed and kept above ground in an old clock case at Dr. Charles White's home in Sale, Manchester. Eventually, her body was donated to the Museum of the Manchester Natural History Society, where she became known as the Manchester Mummy. Now, here's where things get a little spooky. Before Beswick died, she told her family that she had hidden a large sum of her fortune in a secret location. However, she died before she was able to tell anyone where exactly she had hidden her gold. After she died, her palatial estate, Birchen Bower, was converted into workers' tenements. Years later, many residents living in the converted building claimed to see a strange woman in a black silk gown wearing a white cap. They said the woman looked exactly like Hannah Beswick. The witnesses claimed that the figure would float eerily through the parlour, then vanish at one particular flagstone. It's said that this sighting would take place time and time again. Then a few months later, when renovations were taking place to install a new loom, a weaver discovered a hoard of gold stashed under the flagstone, right where Beswick's apparition would allegedly disappear. Years later, the entire building was demolished to make way for a factory, and even then, workers reported seeing a strange lady dressed in black walking through the yard. So then, there appears to be no shortage of paranormal stories lingering in the old streets of Manchester. Could our viewer, Jack Bell, have snapped his own piece of history with this eerie Shadow Man sighting? Take another look and decide for yourself. This bizarre sighting was uploaded to the YouTube channel Paseo Infinito. This footage was captured by a homeowner who noticed that his neighbour was doing something strange on their back porch. Take a look at what he saw. The woman appears to be swaying quickly back and forth. The creepy thing is, the homeowner says his neighbour had been doing this weird motion for hours and hours. He first noticed her at 6 a.m. It's not known what the woman was actually doing, but the fact that she had been spotted moving back and forth for hours certainly makes this sighting unnerving.
What's wrong, baby?
Our first clip of the day comes from Dean Stewart. This OP was recently recording his daughter when something strange happened on camera. Take a look.
You're so pretty, Bobo.
Watching that again, the light at the end of the hall turns on, catching the OP's eye. If we slow it down, you can actually see the rocking horse start to move, seemingly all on its own. The bizarre incident has led the homeowner to suspect that his house might be haunted. So what do you think's going on here? Is it something paranormal caught on camera, or is there another way to explain the strange incident? Let me know your theories on this one in the comments down below. Sometimes mirror selfies can turn out downright creepy, like in this photo uploaded to Reddit by user ConfidentEb1473. Take a look. The image appears to show a rather unnerving figure. It looks as though it has dark grey or even black skin, but its most unsettling feature has to be its strange wide smile. The San Juan ghost, as it's come to be known, was captured by the Redditor's sister and her friend while they were staying in an old house on Brown Island in the San Juans. Supposedly, when the pair posed for the selfie, they didn't notice anything unusual. However, they likely would have received a shock when they reviewed this picture. The house in which the girls were staying was said to be haunted by Native American spirits, according to its owner. It's been suggested that the figure resembles a shadow person, a type of spirit that supposedly appears in the periphery of one's vision, only visible in fleeting glances that leave one questioning whether they actually saw anything at all. Oddly, while shadow people are typically thought to avoid being seen, the figure in this image almost seems to be posing for the camera. So what do you think this photo has captured? Is the mysterious figure really a shadow person, or is it something else entirely? Let us know your theories on this one in the comments down below. Cats are lovable little scamps, but they're always getting up to some mischief or doing something genuinely odd that's hard to explain. In fact, some paranormal experts believe that animals have a heightened sense for the paranormal, and that it's possible that they can see things we humans just can't. In this curious clip uploaded to Imager by user Susanza Terra, we can see a cat up to something odd. The cat can be seen perched on top of a nightstand, clawing away at something in the air. What exactly it is, we don't know. The cat does this same thing for about 30 seconds before the video eventually ends, leaving the owner and us viewers confused, left to wonder whether the cat could see something we couldn't. The OP suggests with the title of the post that their cat is seeing a ghost, and a lot of commenters seem to agree, sparking a robust discussion about whether animals can sense the supernatural or not. So where do you sit on this? Do you think our pets can see things we can't? Share your opinions with one another down below. This next eerie incident was captured on a live stream when YouTuber Horror Fantasies was running a Ouija board session for his fans. As he's chatting away to his fans watching the live stream, something strange happens. Watch. The doll appears to move its head. The YouTuber freaks out and drops the doll, but isn't quite sure if something really happened or not.
I could have sworn that doll turned its head at me. Okay.
Naturally, the live stream chat went into overdrive as viewers speculated whether the doll's head really moved or not. Some noted it almost looks like the YouTuber could make the head move with his thumb, which does look plausible. So what do you think? Is this doll haunted, or was the head just manipulated? I'll leave that up to you to decide. This curious little piece of footage was sent to us via email by Santos Irizarry Jr. Santos was at a function when he spotted something unusual in the distance. Take a look.
Why is this tree shaking? Shaking by itself.
You can see that just one of the trees appears to be shaking.
Don't you think they all should be shaking?
The leaves look to be flapping in the breeze.
And it's weaker than the other ones.
However, Santos notes that no other tree is shaking except for this one particular one right in the middle.
Honey, not even the tops of the trees are shaking. That's the only tree.
It's hard to say what exactly is going on here, as when the camera zooms in, it almost looks like it's distorted, so it could be a byproduct of the camera's zoom function. The strange thing is, Santos says he could see it with his own eyes at the time.
Why is this tree shaking? Shaking by itself, where no other tree is. Don't you think they all should be shaking?
Strangely, another clip has surfaced showing a similar phenomenon. This one was uploaded to Instagram by Paranoid Normal.
It is a tree, but how it's disappearing behind those other trees, I do not know.
Because the other trees are blowing. The wind's not blowing.
And that one is blowing quite a bit.
Here you can see another tree waving in the breeze, all on its own.
It's in full view.
At one point, the leaves even seem to shift colour.
That is tripping me out.
I know.
Again, all the surrounding trees don't seem to be moving at all.
There it is.
So what do you think's going on in these two clips? Why are both trees waving in the breeze when the rest of them aren't? Love to hear your theories on this one in the comments section down below.
Why is this tree shaking? Shaking by itself, where no other tree is.
Alright guys, got some new fish.
A short while ago, we ran some footage from one of our viewers, Get the Bass, that caused quite a stir in our comments section. The clip we featured showed the homeowner filming his fish tank. Take a look at what he caught on camera.
A black one, and if you guys have any suggestions for names that... What the
A strange hand appears at the rear of the tank, but by the time the camera holder notices, there's no one around.
A black one, and if you guys have any suggestions for names that... What the What the
Since the incident, the OP has suspected that his house might be haunted. Well now, yet more footage is being captured in the home. This time the OP took out his phone when he began to hear some off-putting noises. Watch what happens.
I heard a couple of sort of banging. Sometimes it sounds like footsteps, like in the last 10 minutes. Sorry, my camera, by the way, keeps defocusing. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I just thought I'd record to just try and like catch any... Hell, man.
Watching that again, after a few mysterious bumps, it sounds like someone comes running down the stairs right at the camera holder.
Yeah, I just thought I'd record to just try and like catch any... Hell, man.
After capturing this second incident on camera, the OP uploaded the footage to Reddit, hoping that someone might be able to give a rational explanation. Some viewers sympathised with the situation, admitting that disembodied noises would be enough to freak anyone out. They suggested that the OP should keep documenting the experience on camera so that one day it might actually make some kind of sense. The uploader says he has no rational way of explaining what's happening in his home, so for now he's simply chalked the incidents up as strange, but taking all the details into account, one has to wonder whether something paranormal might be indeed happening here.
Yeah, I just thought I'd record to just try and like catch any... Hell, man.
When it comes to the paranormal, orbs are a topic of hot debate. While some believe that they're ghostly manifestations, others think they're simply dust particles or insects flying near the camera's lens. No matter your stance, this next video will likely have both parties scratching their heads for answers. Take a look. The clip appears to be an excerpt of security footage. It was posted to Reddit by Izzy Does It 1031. However, the description notes that it was actually captured by one Vanessa M of Massachusetts. At first, the dancing orb could easily be explained away as a flying insect or dust particle, but as you continue to watch, you can see that it actually appears to be something else. At one point, it hovers over a rabbit sitting on the ground. Watch what happens. A beam of light seems to emanate from the orb. It shines down on the animal, which soon scampers away. Then the orb moves to the left. Looks like it's heading towards a second rabbit. However, as the orb gets closer, it too hops away. So could it be a drone or some sort of mysterious alien technology, as many viewers have suggested? Let me know what you think this could be in the comments down below. One of our viewers, who goes by the Reddit username Julio the Gay, sent us this peculiar footage. The OP was recently exploring an old, partly demolished building in the historic suburb of Sainte Anne de Bellevue in southwestern Quebec, Canada. Out of curiosity, they decided to explore the abandoned property. The strange thing is, while they were there, nothing particularly odd happened. However, when they rewatched the footage they had captured that day, there was something odd happening in the clip. Take a look. In the background, you can hear an unsettling noise. The OP swears the noise wasn't happening when they were there in person. For some reason, you can only hear it in the footage. The history of Sainte Anne de Bellevue goes back to the early days of European settlement in North America. The area was founded as a parish way back in 1703. Due to its long, rich history, many locals believe the area is home to a number of heavily haunted hotspots. One of the most notorious is the Auberge Le Saint Gabriel. The restaurant is located in Old Montreal and is one of the oldest buildings in the city. The building was originally built as a private home in 1688 and later turned into a tavern and inn. It's been said that the ghosts of former owners and guests still haunt the place. There have been reports of doors opening and closing on their own, dishes breaking, and strange noises coming from the basement. There's even been sightings of a little girl who's said to have perished in a fire in the early 19th century. Witnesses say they see her crying in the corner of the room, but when they go to comfort her, she's nowhere to be seen. So what's to be made of the strange noise captured by our viewer? Given the history of the area and that many believe that spirits still linger from long ago, could this sound be some kind of supernatural phenomenon? Take another listen and decide for yourself. Jesse Bradshaw, aka the True Bat Dad 34 on TikTok, posted a video to his account showing him saying that he just got out of the shower and finished getting dressed for work when the door in the bathroom allegedly opened all by itself.
Okay, sitting here getting ready for work. Got out of the shower after the door opened on its own.
It's obvious that, although it's been a few minutes since Jesse allegedly saw the door open by itself, he's still quite freaked out by what's just happened. He then takes his phone camera with him as he wanders around the house, trying to see if perhaps he can find the cause of whatever it was that opened the door. That's when suddenly, this happens. He walks into the kitchen and sees the tap running all by itself. He also notices that several of the cabinet doors have been left open. Then, just as he walks away, more activity is captured. Watch. The tap has turned itself back on just seconds later.
Oh my God.
Most viewers were freaked out by this footage. Some commented saying that they were genuinely worried for the TikToker's safety, saying that he should have a priest bless the house immediately, or at the very least burn some sage to cleanse the energy of the home. Others jokingly said he should ask the spirit to chip in for the water bill. So what's going on here then? Are we just seeing some faulty taps, or are we witnessing some genuine haunting activity here? Let me know your theories down below.
Oh my God.
This next creepy photo was sent to us by one of our viewers, Carol Botha. Carol says that this unsettling photo hangs on the wall of her friend's childhood home. It was already on the wall when their parents bought the home decades ago, and they've just left it there ever since. In the photo, you can see a horse standing at attention. In the background, you can see that there's actually a shadow of a person sitting on the horse. What's even more unsettling is that the homeowner says that quite often as many as 100 flies will sit on the frame of this picture. You can even see a fly in the top left-hand corner of this photo. Many paranormal experts believe that whenever a specific place or object attracts a swarm of flies, it could mean there is a curse or demonic presence nearby. For centuries, the symbolism of the fly has been associated with death and pestilence. For example, in Mesopotamian mythology, Nergal is the god of death. He's closely linked to suffering and disaster and is often depicted as a swarm of flies. Christians later associated Nergal with a demonic presence. So what's going on with this photo then? Why does the shadow depict a rider? And why do hundreds of flies often cling to its frame? It seems the more you stare at this image, the more unsettling it becomes. Nothing will ruin a relaxing night at home faster than an alert on your security system. Yet sometimes what the camera shows might not be so easily explained. Take a look at this video shared to YouTube by Riri's Storytime.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, there's no fucking, look, there's no fucking thing over the cars. What the is that? What is that?
The footage was recorded on a camera placed on the front of the house. It's after dark and everything outside is quite still. Suddenly, the calm of the night is interrupted when a strange series of lights zoom into frame.
What the hell is that?
They fly between the two cars parked in the driveway.
Fucking thing over the cars. What the is that? What is that?
The lights hover for a while across the street, moving slowly around the sky as if drifting in the breeze.
That's freaking crazy. And then it comes back.
Looks like Slapped Ham was gonna do a video.
Where'd it go?
Right there.
Then they begin to move back in the direction they came from.
It's coming back. See
Yeah,
it?
it is coming back. Let me see.
Look at that. What the is that, man? That ain't no drone, I'll tell you that much.
At one point, it's almost as though they fly right through the house next door.
That ain't no goddamn drone.
Wait, I'm trying to see.
Look at that shit. It's like it goes through the house.
Oh, hell no.
The homeowners can be heard in the video insisting that the object is not a drone, and judging by the footage, it certainly doesn't appear to be one.
That ain't no drone, I'll tell you that much.
The clip is certainly a mystery. Could the object be some sort of alien ship, as many viewers are suggesting? Unfortunately, this footage alone isn't enough to make that call. Take another look at the object and let me know what you think this might be down below.
Oh, hell no.
This next one is some strange footage captured in Paraguay. It was uploaded to YouTube by The Rocket 3. This mother was recording her son when she inadvertently caught something unnerving in the background. Take a look.
¿Qué es lo que vos estabas haciendo recién? Decime. ¿Eh?
Some kind of unknown creature can be seen in the background behind a tree.
¿Qué es lo que vos estabas haciendo recién? Decime. ¿Eh?
If you slow it down and zoom in, you can see a long limb stretching outward.
Decime. Huh?
Two dogs clearly notice that there's something back there.
Tengo sueño. ¿Quién te enseña a hacer esas cosas?
¿Qué?
¿Quién te enseña a hacer esas cosas?
¿Dónde?
Naturally, people in the comments section were freaked out by the odd sighting, and as the views racked up, hundreds of viewers speculated on what the creature might be. Many thought it was an alien, while others said it had to be a cryptid of some kind. The Pombero was a common suggestion. The Pombero is a mythical creature from Argentine and Paraguayan folklore. It's described as a small, hairy, human-like creature that lurks in the woods and steals chickens. The Pombero is also said to play tricks on humans, such as hiding their belongings or making strange noises in the night. Some say they lurk in the shadows of woodland areas, often luring children in with berries and other treats, before dragging them off into the forest, never to be seen again. A more down-to-earth theory on this video suggested it could be a sloth. The brown-throated three-toed sloth is found throughout Brazil, Paraguay, and Ecuador. So what do you think this is? An alien, a cryptid, or is it simply a delightful sloth coming for a visit? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below.
Decime. ¿Eh?
This next curious piece of footage was captured by a security camera in El Paso, Texas. The footage was uploaded by a popular Instagram page based in Texas called The Real Fit Fam El Paso. Take a look at what's being caught on camera. A strange light seems to cling to the front of the truck. While some have dismissed the sighting as nothing more than lens flare, some locals believe it could be a guardian angel, making sure the driver is safe as they leave a flooded area near Alameda Avenue, some 27 miles south of downtown El Paso. In late August 2022, El Paso, Texas was hit with a severe thunderstorm. The storm brought with it high winds and an intense rainfall that caused flooding throughout the city. Many roads were closed due to the flooding and several homes and businesses were damaged. Thankfully, there were no reported fatalities from the storm. It's this lack of fatalities that has some locals believing that a guardian angel is blessing their town, and that this footage is proof of divine intervention. This next clip is brief, yet it'll likely linger in your mind for some time. It was posted to the Slaptam community Facebook page by Jason Metcalf with a caption that reveals a rather chilling backstory. In the video, which was captured by an indoor security camera, you can clearly see a shadowy figure as it moves from left to right. It looks tall and appears to have hunched shoulders. According to the poster, the footage was recorded shortly after they heard a noise in the living room. As his wife's parents were staying with them at the time, the poster initially thought that it was just them coming home. However, when he went to check on the situation in person, there was no one around. He then headed back to bed, and that's when he received a notification that the camera had detected some suspicious activity. The poster showed the clip to several people. Some thought that there might have been an intruder in the house, while others suggested that it looked like a shadow figure. The poster also showed it to his 3-year-old daughter. She took one look at the recording and knew exactly who it was. "That's my pawpaw," she exclaimed. In 2019, the poster's grandfather passed away in this very house. Since then, he's allegedly heard the little girl having several conversations with their deceased relative. So could it be that the camera picked up the ghost of the poster's grandfather? Or is there another way to explain this rather unnerving figure? Let us know down below. The following video was posted to the WTF subreddit by a username Cyanides of March. It shows a Kiss cover band playing a tribute show. The crowd seems to be having a blast and are entertained by the performance, but the energy in the audience quickly turns when something wild happens. Take a look. All of a sudden, the guitarist's hair catches fire. Amazingly, he keeps the performance going despite recognizing that his hair is indeed on fire. A few seconds go by before crew members rush to his aid to put out the fire. Astoundingly, the man never once stops the performance, which harkens back to the age-old phrase, "the show must go on," which this singer took way too literally. This next video, posted to our Slaptam community Facebook page by Helen Miller, shows something that's rather hard to explain. As the footage rolls, we see several orbs flying around the room. Orbs are thought by many paranormal investigators to be ghostly manifestations. However, others believe they're little more than dust particles or insects moving past the camera's lens. Up until now, it's debatable whether or not this video shows anything supernatural at all. Yet, what happens next might change your mind. Keep an eye on the mirror on the left-hand side of the screen. Two large orb-shaped objects appear to actually fly out of the mirror. This is closely followed by a strange ghostly light that seems to move quickly up the stairs. This anomaly is harder to explain away as mere dust particles or bugs. So are we witnessing something paranormal here, or is this camera simply playing tricks with our eyes? Our last clip of the day comes from Facebook user Chayla Kelly. In 2017, Kelly was filming a quick update for her socials when she noticed something odd in the background of one of the clips. Take a look and see if you can spot anything unusual. If we watch that again, slowed down, you can make out several little dark figures running through the grass. They almost look like meerkats running by. Kelly said they looked like black shadows and had no idea what they could be. The clip blew up on Facebook, hitting over 1 million views, with hundreds of comments speculating on what the odd little figures might be. Some said it could be little people. According to Native American folklore, there exists a race of little people that live deep in the woods, often near rocky outcrops or sandy hills, and sometimes along secluded streams. They're said to be mischievous, singing and calling out while hiding just to confuse passing travelers. While these beings are widely believed to only exist in tales of myth and legend, back in the early 1830s, a burial ground was discovered in Coshocton County, Ohio. It's said that the unearthed graves contained skeletons that were only 3 feet high. So could this clip be proof that the legendary little people really do exist? Or is there a more simple explanation here? Share your theories with one another in the comments down below. Now, if you want to watch some more scary ghost videos, there's links right there that'll keep you entertained. Remember to follow all our other YouTube channels as well. We've got Slapped Ham Mysteries and Slapped Ham Shorts. Links to those channels are in the description box down below there. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.